All right, boys and girls, let's continue with our reading now that we have marked the vocabulary that stands out for us and we've connected it with the definitions on the side. I do want to point out too, if you did have problems with your vocabulary sheet from yesterday's homework, here are the definitions that you can use to help you with that. So devouring means to take in greedily, absorbing, learning, or fully taking in, process, gain an understanding of, and consumed is absorbed or occupied. All right, so we're going to chunk like we've been chunking. We're going to do a paragraph, read it all the way through, and then we'll go back and we'll mark things that we feel are important. The goal for this lesson is to try and get at least paragraph 1 and the part of paragraph 2 that's on page 215 done. All right, so everyone should still be on page 215. And here we go. Follow along as I read. My cursor will follow so you guys can stay right on track. The black hole of endless, unimportant streams of technology-enabled information is devouring everyone living in the 21st century. No matter how much people may look at information, it does not mean they are absorbing it. Equating quality with speed and volume, people may read thousands of news headlines broadcasted across the world daily, yet they will forget them in a couple of hours. No one stops to process information anymore to determine its significance or importance. No one appreciates the value of personal interaction or nature. Everything is go, go, go. Not once do we stop. Before being introduced to my phone and computer, I had been more appreciative of the world around me. Now, I'm always consumed by my tech, and I never stop to take a break. Wow, that's a pretty powerful paragraph. I think it clearly states how the author feels about technology, which is how. How does the author feel about technology according to this paragraph and how it's written? I'm hoping that you were saying in your mind, well, it's clear he doesn't like it. So I want you to put your asterisk or your star, and I want you to write the author, whoops, spell it right though. The author does, the author thinks technology is harmful. So we want to stick with that term harmful, not bad, because our essential question is um, is modern technology helpful or harmful to modern society? And in this one, the author clearly feels that it's harmful. So now we want to underline stuff that's going to back that up. And one of the things that I want you to underline is the fact that um, um, let me get my highlighter. I want to highlight, but I want you guys to use your colored pencils. Unimportant streams, unimportant streams of technology enabled information is devouring everyone living in the 21st century. Because when we think about how that sentence is written, I want you to think about technology enabled information being a dragon. And a dragon is devouring everyone living in the 21st century. We could have even said that um, it's a dog, right? Unimportant streams of information or technology enabled information is a dog. Let's just take out that technology thing and make it a dog. And we say a dog is devouring everyone living in the 21st century. Is that good? Should anything be devouring people living in the 21st century? No. So this shows how technology is harmful. And then again, the next thing, um, here that's important is that just because we're looking at endless amounts of information, it doesn't mean that we're absorbing it. We're not taking it in. We're not fully understanding what we're looking at. And we are in a society where everything is go, go, go. And he even says this later in the paragraph. And we don't ever really stop to say, hey, wait a minute. What does that mean? Or how does that affect me? Or how does that affect someone else? So when we're not absorbing information, we can't process it fully, meaning we can't understand it all the way. Okay, sorry, needed to take a drink. All right, equating quality with speed and volume. So what they're saying is that quality is equal to speed and volume, meaning that the faster and more that we read, the more quality it is. So equating just means equal, making it the same. And that's not. Quality does not mean speed or volume. Think about when you rush through your work. Do you do your best work? Not usually. So speed and volume do not make for better work or better understanding. The next thing I think we should be underlining, sorry, is that no one stops to process information anymore to determine its significance or importance. We just automatically see it and we think it's true. So I want you on the side here to write, we see it, we believe it. We don't question anything. We don't wonder if it's true or if it's the whole story that we're seeing or if it's just part of it. We just immediately lately these days say, "Oh, yep, so it's there. Yep. It's on the internet, so it's true, right?" I know we've talked about that, and that's not the truth. The next thing I want you to underline is the very next sentence. No one appreciates the value of personal interaction or nature. Everything is go, go, go. Not once do we stop. That's huge. We literally just keep going. Did not have my highlighter on. Okay. Before being introduced to my phone, I had been more appreciative of the world around me. Now I'm always consumed by my tech and I never stop to take a break. So, do the things that we've highlighted, do they back up the fact that the author thinks technology is harmful? That was our goal when we were doing this. So I'm hoping that you say yes, because it is indeed that. All right, let's get this part of paragraph 2 done. Did you guys see what Miley Cyrus posted? My friend Fowley only peeled her eyes away from her iPhone screen to ask us that question. I glanced around at my friends, and they all quickly checked Instagram in the hopes that they hadn't missed Miley's latest update. I, on the other hand, glanced out the window, separating us from the beautiful weather outside. We were 15 friends sitting inside under artificial lighting, and with our hands, and I'm going to stop there because I want to make sure we address this page first. So I'm hoping that I read something and you were like, wait a minute, I remember that from the questions. So there was a question about the Miley Cyrus post. So what I want you guys to do now is I want you to put a star or an asterisk, however you want to do it, next to where it says number 2, because here we see our Miley Cyrus post, right? There is a question about that on page 217. So now let's go back and closely read this and see if there's things that we can underline, maybe that'll help us answer the question or that help us understand again how tech is bad. So did you guys see what Miley Cyrus posted? My friend Fowley only, and that's her name, Fowley. See how it's capitalized? So that's a name. Folly only peeled their eyes away from her iPhone screen to ask us that question. I glanced around at my friends and they all quickly checked Instagram. That's what I think we should be underlining. They all quickly checked Instagram. And I want us to write a note on the side here that, sorry, they didn't care where they were or what they were doing. Instagram was more important because at that point they didn't care. And it continues. If you need to pause to write that, please do. This is supported by how the author is saying, I, on the other hand, glanced out the window, separating us from the beautiful weather outside. So here, there's a window separating them from the beautiful weather outside. And then the fact that they were 15 friends sitting inside under artificial light. That's not a lot of fun, is it? All right, let's get the rest of paragraph 2 on page 216, and then we will be done for today. Again, if you need to pause so that you can mark and highlight and do the notes that I have written, please do. And then hit play when you're ready to come back, and we're going to keep going. So with our hands glued to our phones on a Friday, when the enticing warmth of the sun and delicate breeze were begging us to run around outside, of course, our ears were deaf to nature's pleas, just like any other teenager nowadays. I put my phone down to shut the curtains. Then I continued to mindlessly scroll through Miley's Instagram page. And I immediately have a thought that stands out. And I wish I could be there with you to have the conversations and in hopes that you are seeing this as well. But she shut the curtains. It's kind of like a metaphor to shutting off the outside world. And that's what technology has done for us. So we want to look back at this and again, glued to our phones on a Friday night. When I was a teenager on a Friday night, we never sat inside. We always played outside. And they even talk about the sun and delicate breeze begging us to run around outside, but they ignored it. It says our ears were deaf to nature's pleas. So that all points to how they're shutting off the outside world. And finally, she had shut those curtains, and that I want underlined. I want it circled. This is humongous because it really shows how she shut off that outside world. And then finally, she mindlessly scrolled through Miley's Instagram. Again, backing up the fact that the rest of the world wasn't important. All that was important was Miley's Instagram page. So we are going to end there today because I know we don't have much time left, if any. So we're going to pick back up tomorrow on reading a couple more paragraphs and annotating. If you did not finish annotating and you were just watching the video, that's okay. But I do want you to go back and annotate at some point before we do the next paragraphs. So I hope you guys have a good rest of your day, and I will be on Google Classroom tomorrow morning for you.